healing grow.
We are on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Leslie Cooper, 222639.
Your Honor, good morning. Richard T. Serrano, P33828. Today, I appear as I'm agency counsel on behalf with my client, my right, to plead the time for his violent probation. Please state your name, sir.
Leslie Cooper.
All right, so Mr. Cooper is currently on probation for operating while visibly impaired by alcohol, which was a reduced plea from a high BAC. And it's alleged that Mr. Cooper tested positive for alcohol on September 11th, failed to appear for testing on October 2nd. And so, counsel?
Your Honor, can I have just one brief moment with my client, put something up?
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, after speaking to my client and being advised of what's happening today, I wish to plead guilty as charged to the violation, technical violation number 2. And Your Honor, the court's examination, and we're ready to proceed.
All right, and sir, you heard the plea that was placed on the record, the allegations, correct?
That's correct.
As to the allegation you tested positive for alcohol September 11th of this year, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to the allegation you failed to appear for drug testing October 2nd, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And you gone over your advice or rights for probation violation purposes, correct?
Correct.
And you signed that document,
Yes.
and you read and understood each of those rights.
Yes.
And if you don't understand something, you have an opportunity to address that with your attorney, correct?
Correct.
And you understand by entering into a plea that you're waiving your right to a contested hearing in this manner.
Correct.
And you understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea.
Yes.
Specifically, the recommendation in this matter is for you to continue and complete all terms of probation, pay a $50 probation violation fee, 15 days jail, increased testing, and 30 days on the alcohol tether after jail. You understand that's the recommendation?
Yes.
Knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea?
Yes.
All right, has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
All right, counsel, you can please argue your claim.
Mr. Cooper, you were on probation to this court, is that correct?
Yes.
And part of your probation was to follow the court's orders and conditions, is that correct?
That is correct.
One of them was no drugs or alcohol unless specifically prescribed, is that correct?
Yes.
And about September 11th, 2023, did you have an opportunity to take a alcohol test?
Yes.
And on that occasion, had you consumed alcohol prior to that test?
Yes.
Right. What did you consume?
It was some type of like dessert, but it had alcohol in it. I didn't know until just recently. So,
I can't hear the last one.
sorry. No, I was saying that I had a type of dessert that had alcohol in it, so I didn't know until just recently that it did. Prior.
And you knew that any alcohol consumption was violating this court's orders, correct?
Correct.
And as far as the missed test, you told me you were on vacation on that date, so that it was ordered,
Yes.
called. And had you had permission from this court to go on vacation?
Yes.
Were you supposed to call your on vacation to see about your testing?
Yes.
And did you do that?
I did, but I forgot to reschedule.
Satisfied.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violation, indicate based on that plea of guilty that it will, that technical violation numbers 2 and 3 will enter. And counsel adds to the recommendation.
Your Honor, my client did 5 days in jail for first time. He didn't like it. Of course, we would hope to avoid jail this time. He's here to tell you he made a mistake. Yes, he did not follow up. He's not taking it seriously enough, but I told him being on probation is a privilege in lieu of jail and or other consequences that the court can levy. Of course, discretion to send him to jail today. We would hope that the court, you will note that he has completed the MAD program. He has completed his workforce. He's making regular payments. Your Honor, at one time he was on the alcohol tether for 30 days. There were no violations. Tether was removed, which may have alleviated this if it was kept on, but we're asking today either to put on the tether or give him some type of alternative that he can have in lieu of jail, Your Honor, but he's willing to do whatever the court says. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct.
Okay, so, sir, you tested on September 11th, correct?
Correct.
Which was a Monday. And did you test in the morning or the evening?
Morning.
And when did you have this fancy dessert with the alcohol?
It was Saturday.
Saturday,
Yeah.
yes?
Yes.
And what dessert was it?
Honestly, I really couldn't tell you. It's been it's so long ago, I couldn't tell you what
Was
it
it
is.
tiramisu? Was it?
I mean, it was just in a cup, like in a bowl type.
Jerry Jubilee.
And
Banana Foster, does that have alcohol in it? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know I had like a banana flavor in there, but yeah, I really couldn't tell you what the dessert name was.
Okay, and so you ordered the dessert
Yes.
and you were at a restaurant?
Yes.
And so when you were looking at the dessert menu, it showed you, it explained what was in there.
Yes.
Okay, and so I'm sure it explained in there what the
Yeah.
ingredients were, one of which was alcohol of some nature,
Yeah.
correct? And you still ordered it anyway.
Yes.
Okay, and you want me to believe that that one dessert that had the alcohol in it still caused you to have a positive result at 693 nanograms per milliliter 2 days later?
Yes, because I don't drink because I don't want to go back to jail. I'm not trying to be back on the tether.
Okay, well, I hear what you're saying about not drinking, but tell me about your pending OWI charges that you have in this city.
That I really can't go into too much depth about.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but you have pending OWI charges
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
yes?
Yes.
Okay, and what was the date of that offense?
That was the day of the 30th.
September 30th?
Yeah.
So just 10 days ago,
Yeah.
yes?
Yes.
Okay, so you just made the statement that you don't drink.
Yeah.
You have a positive alcohol test from September 11th, and you have pending OWI charges that are alleging that you consumed alcohol.
Right.
Again,
That's correct.
while you're on probation for operating while impaired. And one of your probation conditions was mandatory jail for any violations,
Yeah.
which you did 5 days from your violation April 27th. And what was that violation? Do you recall?
The date you said? Tell me, what was that one?
The last violation you had in
Yeah,
April.
the last violation in April was, because there was, alcohol and something that I consumed.
Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing from you is that you're not taking accountability for your actions. All right, I understand you're pleading guilty to the violation today, I understand that. But the time in April for your violation,
Yes.
and now this time, you're indicating there's alcohol in something that you consumed.
Yes.
You're not indicating I consumed alcohol. Even if what you're stating is true, you knew what the ingredients were in the dessert and you still ordered it. But also, in my experience, it has been, if you're eating a dessert that has alcohol in it as part of the dessert, it is not very likely to still appear 2 days later for your testing. And so, taking that with what the pending OWI charges are, again, this court has concerns with your ability to stay sober from alcohol. So therefore, the court is going to adopt the recommendation in full. You're to continue and complete all terms of probation. You're to pay a $50 probation violation fee, 15 days jail. The court's going to increase your testing upon your release, and then upon your release, you are to have an alcohol tether for 30 days. And this does not address the new charges that are pending, and if there's any violation from that. So you're going to be going today to jail for 15 days.
Okay. Your Honor, could I add something? Mike? Your Honor?
Okay,
Your Honor, my client tells me he works 3 jobs. Home Depot, Bellfire, and he does landscape. Of course, those jobs are not gonna be there when he gets out. Is there any way we can have a few days to get his affairs in order, tell his bosses, and then report back on another date?
not this time, counsel. The court has some serious concerns with your client's ability to stay sober and follow the court's requirements. So not this time. The court gave your client time last time to report, which I don't have any information that he didn't report. But no, not this time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I grab my jacket.
You can have Officer Mazars can grab the jacket for you.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Whose phone is that?
It's all.
It's not off. If I heard it, it's not off. Turn it off, please. All right. And we are on the record in the matter of the city of Michigan versus Leslie Cooper, 232149.
Your Honor, Richard T. Serrano clearing once again on behalf of Mr. Cooper as court-appointed counsel for a different case here. Your Honor, I'm sorry, I missed the case number. Could I have that, please?
232149.
Thank you. And Your Honor, today is the time set for arraignment on his new charges. I've advised him what those charges are. We wait for a reading, stand you.
All right, the court will wait for more reading. Enter plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment. Mr. Cooper, your name, please.
Leslie Cooper.
All right. And so this was originally scheduled, I didn't think it was on the docket yet, but I was informed that it was on the docket for an arraignment pretrial on November 1st. And since you're already here, then it was my intent for judicial economy and lack of multiple court dates that we would go ahead and conduct the arraignment today since you're already here. And counsel, would that be accurate?
That's correct, Your Honor. No objection to that, certainly. The only thing for pretrial purposes, it will be on Thursdays. It's a state case, correct?
That is correct.
I'm not scheduled for any Thursdays in November, but I can be here at the court's behest if you want me to.
Well, I will indicate that you will keep it with the attorney that it was already assigned to and that you're appearing for arraignment only.
All right, and that was Mr. DeBlanc, correct?
DeBoy, correct, yes.
Yes, that's fine, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, the court's going to set this for a pretrial on November 2nd at 9 a.m. And counsel as to bond.
Your Honor, as the court is aware, my client is going to be incarcerated for 15 days for his violation today of his probation. That will get him out in time to appear in person for the bond hearing, but as I mentioned before, Your Honor, he does have matters pending, of course, and he does work 3 jobs. So we hope the court would give him a bond he can post when he gets out, or give him a personal bond if he deems fit.
Okay, well, Mr. Cooper, I know that there's a lot that was said while you were, while we were handling your probation violation. Where is it you work? Oh, you work 3 jobs. Lowe's.
3. Home Depot, Bellfire, and some landscaping. And the court did order a tether, I believe, when he got out, so we have that in place.
Correct.
Pardon me.
And this, I'm sorry, yes, sir?
If I heard correctly, there was a tether order when I get out, but I get it at the county jail or when I get it at his apartment.
An alcohol tether? they would come down to you, but I believe what I'm going to order is an alcohol tether through the Wayne County Jail.
Is there any difference between, I forget the last service that I went through, but the service that I went
EMS. Yeah.
EMS, in county?
What's that? The difference is that there's a violation while you're on, bond, then Wayne County Jail will go right on out and arrest you.
Okay,
So the court will continue your cash bond. You did post a cash bond of $500. So you will continue your cash bond and the court will order alcohol tether, Wayne County Jail. Sir, also you're not to possess or consume alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. The court is going to note, sir, that the allegations are that your level is a 0.16. That's double the legal limit. And 1/100th underneath from getting a high BAC. This is your second offense, and you're already on probation for the same offense. I certainly hope the 15 days that you're going to be serving will give you an opportunity to really reflect and think about what it is you want to do regarding your alcohol use, sir.
yes, it will give me time to think about it more in depth, especially now that I'm separated from, you know, being privileged to, or be able to assess. So, yeah, no, it's just gonna be a lot of time to think about my actions.
Okay, we'll see you back on November 2nd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, have a good day. And this is the matter of Ivan's hearing. 221332A, 221653.
Your Honor, Richard T. Serrano appearing on behalf of my client, appears to my right. And Your Honor, this is a candidate for a motion to clear up some matters. And please state your name, sir.
Ivan Tarrant.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay. So, Mr. Tarrant had sent in a request via email.
Now, I was here.
Hold on, I apologize. He had submitted a written request of a court date. And so, counsel, here's the court date.
Yes, I reviewed the file and also with my client. Yes, he did make that request in writing that's contained in the file. And also in the file, the court will find a letter regarding his community service. Does the court have that?
Yes.
And upon review, you can see that everything is in place now, a little bit slower than usual, but we would hope the court would allow my client to finish his probation if there's anything else to do, but he has the community service in place.
Okay. And I think that part of the reason why Mr. Tarrant and Mr. Tarrant, I'll give you an opportunity to address the court, but I believe that part of the reason you wanted the court date as well was to ask for more community service in lieu of fines and costs. Is that another reason why, or only the community service?
Right, because I was under the impression that once I did you ordered me to do like 28 hours of community service, clear up one fine. So once I did that, I reported, to the probation officer. He said if through your instruction, if I completed 40 hours of community service, I would be clear and done with it. So I completed the 40 hours.
Who told you that?
It was a probation guy. I can't think of his name because I came, talked to him in the white.
No, Mr. Roberts.
Alex.
So I was under the impression.
Here's what my notes show. On August 31st of 22, we recalled the matter. The court reduced the fines by $250 on case number 221332A for consideration of 25 hours of community service. The new total was $375, and that community service was to be completed not later than November 30th of 2022. On 221653, the court also recalled the matter, and we reduced your fines and costs by $200 for consideration of 15 hours of community service. So 25 and 15 is 40 hours, okay? So for 40 hours of community service, the court was reducing your fines and costs, not wiping them out completely. So your new balance on this case was $225. So the balance, the total between both cases was $600, as opposed to the original $1,050. And again, that was all supposed to have been completed by November of 2022. So there's still fines and costs that are due and owing. You did complete your 40 hours, which was required to reduce the fines and costs as the court just indicated, but not to wipe them out completely.
Okay, well, I was under the impression that, like, once I did community service, that's the whole point of me asking, because I had no money or no job at the point to even pay the fines. That was the point of me asking for community service. So once he gave me that, and once I was going through the instruction of this probation guy, I was under the impression, because I was only gonna do the 25 and just try to find a job and pay the rest. But he was like, do 40 and I'm done. So I'm under the impression that, okay, let me do these 40 hours of community service.
I can understand, I can understand
Once
where,
I came here on the day I was supposed to, and I know she was saying that I had a certain amount of time, but the community service I was doing, they only did it like every Tuesday. And that's the only place that I could find it was in Detroit. So I can't drive, so I had to, I stayed out here. So I had to get a ride that way on the Tuesday. So I did all that, and I'm, talking to the probation people, make sure I'm doing things, and I guess that, was every Tuesday. So she said I was late or whatever, but I only can do it every, day to keep up with you guys. So like I said, I was under the impression if I did this 40, I was clear of fines because I had no job and I tried to make the court aware that, I have no job.
sure, and that's why the court gave you that consideration. So now it's been almost another year, it's been a year almost.
A year since I had this case, it's been a year.
Yes.
Crap, man, it seems like it's been a year since, this all this happened.
Right, you were here on August 31st of 2022. It's been over a year.
Well, okay, in that situation, my license has been cleared up since then, and the basis of me getting this ticket is because of that law, whatever, my license, I didn't want to wear it was like totally suspended. I just thought they was on pause until that year was up. September 28th was my year. My license is cleared up now, and I'm just trying to.
Very good. So where are you working now?
Oh, well, I was receiving unemployment benefits. My last check came last week. So now, with all these strikes going on, this and that, and I try to do DoorDash. But now that I got my license back, I can kind of get into that. Where before, I couldn't really, do it because my license was messed up.
Right.
So now that I got that straight, finally, after all these years, I'm just trying to, keep out of this. I'm 50 years old, and I just got my license back, and I'm still getting stuff.
Okay.
I mean, to me, it's dumb, but I know to y'all, it's the law, or whatever the case may be. I think it's petty.
I don't think the law, sir.
But I mean, to me, I think it was unnecessary, and it's costing me all this money, so I'm just trying to find out what can I do, because I don't have a job, and I'm just trying to do community service.
Okay, well, all right. So I have already given you consideration and reduced your fines and costs for community service. So for the balance, we give you $25 a month, which was the original amount that you indicated you could pay based upon your intention of getting a job. And even when you received unemployment, we didn't receive any payment, but I can understand it's because you thought that you didn't have to pay anything, okay? So now that we've clarified all that, can you pay $50 a month total, and we can have you begin December 1st? That gives you the next 7 weeks to DoorDash away and save up some money and even apply for other jobs.
I mean, I can't say that I can, I can't say that I don't. I don't know what to tell you on that. I mean, maybe I can, maybe I can't. I'm not for it, but I don't know if I'm gonna have a job out of it. I don't know. I don't know if I can pay $25. I'm not sure. What are my other options? far as paying? Can I do community service again and get out of this, or do I have to just straight pay cash?
Well, sir, the court already gave you some consideration to reduce your fines and costs for the 40 hours. And then that wasn't even done on in the time it was supposed to have been done to begin with.
And like I said with that, I was not unsure of how I was going to do that. Like I said, I didn't
But
know
did you
here.
contact the court?
Yeah, I did. I told them what I was doing. Like I said, I told them.
Did you tell anybody in the court that you were having trouble completing them all by November because you could only do it on Tuesdays?
Yeah, I talked to the probation guy. I kept calling him and telling me, and saying that, look, I only can do this on Tuesdays, and this and that. And for the time frame, I just thought I just thought I had to do it because I only can do it once a week. I can go every day. Okay.
So,
And I was only doing 4 hours, 5 hours a day.
okay, I will indicate $25 per month, so $12.50 on each case. We'll begin that December 1st, okay? That's as low as I can go.
And I would direct my client, if he can't pay, to come in person, Your Honor, to ask for additional consideration.
And your client doesn't seem to have a problem coming in person to address that, that's fine. But sir,
Now, how is this going to affect my licensing? Because like I said, through that law, my license was suspended a whole year.
sure,
That's why.
it's still showing that you're valid.
I know, but you know what I'm saying, there's some type of law, I don't know how y'all.
Sir, we have not suspended your license,
Okay, that's what I'm trying to understand.
but if you miss a payment, we very well could.
That's what
Make
I'm
sure,
saying.
so make sure you don't miss a payment. I've made it as low as I can possibly go. All right, and I would think that within the next 7 weeks, in addition to DoorDash, you would be able to secure a job of some sort within the next 7 weeks, so that the $25 doesn't impact you as much. Okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to do what I can do, man. It's tight out here in the world. A lot of stuff going on, strikes and,
I understand that, but there are a lot of places that are hiring.
yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There are lots of restaurants that are hiring. There's lots of everything that's hiring. All right, anything else?
Does he have to report back to probation today, Your Honor, or not?
He can, just to clarify anything, so
Okay.
there isn't any, misunderstanding.
Now, how much is the cost of fines I still owe you?
So on the driving late suspended charge that was on the 1332A matter, we reduced your fines and costs, so your total on that one is $375. And then your total on the 1653 was $225, is what it was reduced to. So total is $600. It's due and owing. But it's, again, as I said, that's reduced from $1,050.
So I owe y'all, what, 600 and some change?
Total, 600 flat. Okay? All right, so just have a seat over and for information, and somebody will get with you in just a few moments. Okay, sir? Have a good day. Gardner, are you ready on Ms. Miller?
Yes, sure.
All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the city of Wyandotte for Shannon Miller, 174613 and 174614.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, Gary Gardner, P33729 on behalf of Defendant Shannon Miller, present in my life.
All right, thank you. And may I have your name, please? All right, thank you. Okay, so today's date scheduled for sentencing in this matter, and counsel, I appreciate you getting in touch with your client and making sure that she was here for her sentencing, as we had previously adjourned it for her surgery.
Just to give a little timeline now that I've got a better
Yes.
blood test last on the 2nd of October. I got the results on Friday, the 6th, and that was an indication she had to go in for an appointment today with the gastroenterologist. As I indicated during the Zoom hearing, her hemoglobin should be between 12.1 and 15. It's 10.5. There's another, the RBC, it's below the normal range. Her MCH, whatever that is, it's 27, should be 28 to 33, and her MCHC is also low. She went in for tests this morning, and she found, she has another test, blood test this afternoon at 2:00. Part of the pre-sentence investigation indicates she has PCOS, and I've learned from her that that is polycystic ovarian syndrome. She had the hysterectomy, like I said before, after the last hearing before the sentencing. She went in, we adjourned it because she went in. She's going to be facing more surgeries. She has a list of medications that would, it's big list. She's in severe pain. She has anemia. She's very pale today, and a lot of pain. She has oxycodone, which she takes. She has Loboxin. She has hydrocodone for pain. I don't know if that's Norco. She has Zofran. She has Xanax, microstatin. She has ferrous sulfate, which is an iron thing help with the blood, low blood values, prenatal, fumarate for, again, for the blood issues. She has Ambien for anxiety. She has hydrocodone, another Norco prescription. Nystatin powder, there's a surgery scar that you have to put the medication on. She also has MrzAtapine, MirTazapine, or Remeron, whichever that is. Zyrtec, capsaicin, which is Zostrix maximum strength. It also has Ondansetron, ONDAN-SETRON, which is Zofran again, and a multivitamin for all those things. So she has a whole litany of medications that she's on. Just found out today also that her daughter, who's 10, is also been diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome. So this is the thing that runs in the family. With regard to the PSI itself, Your Honor, she corrections on it. She does not attend Detroit College of Business. That is now diverged to Davenport University. She attended, but she did not receive a degree. She was employed part-time at Dearborn Farm Market. She can't go back at least till the end of this month. She is on restrictions for lifting less than 10 pounds. Her phone number also in the report is incorrect. She's probably phone both. The phone number that she had on the record.
No, that's great. She can just provide that information.
Gotcha. So all of those things, Your Honor, and as I said during the Zoom hearing, she did come in voluntarily. There's a bunch of warrants. She got picked up in Lincoln Park. She did 5 days waiting for a tether. That got her attention. She's been off the tether for a while. She's complied with all the conditions. He retained me, but not gave me a lot so far to try to clear up the rest of the warrants. We came to this court voluntarily to clear up this warrant. The warrants that she has are for traffic matters mostly, and we're asking the court to take all of the above into consideration and consider not having an incarceration because of one, her voluntary appearance, number two, her medical condition. And the court's off on the court for that issue.
Okay. So there are 14 warrants that your client has. Misdemeanor for traffic offense. So that could be driving suspended. I mean, it could be even operating while accident. I don't know. It's a misdemeanor traffic offense.
Which court is that, Your Honor? I do have most of those.
And there's a civil infraction with that one, or in another one. So there's two. There's three from the same day. No, sorry. The two traffic offenses are separate from the traffic misdemeanor. Then we have a dangerous drugs out of Dearborn. Possession of controlled substance failed to appear for arraignment. Driving license suspended out of Dearborn, same date as the possession. And then at the 28th district court, retail fraud failed to appear for pretrial. Pretrial. That one, it shows that there's two on the same date. Two different court cases, court dates, but dates of warrants. In fact, one of the second warrant for the retail fraud is from a case number from 2010. Then there's a felony fraud warrant out of Allen Park. You know, that warrant was August 21st. So that's a new case. A felony, financial transaction device, stealing, retained without consent.
Not aware of that one.
No, that's the one that had got, number, the judge, but the detective went and arrested the other lady. She was trying to pin it on, she was having to go in and get her credit card thing.
That needs to be addressed, Your Honor. I wasn't aware of that, but there was some discussion with this detective that someone was using perhaps.
Then there's a traffic offense warrant for failing to appear for driving license suspended out of Farmington. And then there's some infraction with that one as well. Another one out of Allen Park for retail fraud in 2012, it looks like. Driving license suspended out of 2014 out of Allen Park. Improper plate out of Allen Park. And another traffic offense, which quite honestly could be another driving license suspended. Oh no, that says no insurance. So, counsel, here's kind of where, well, I can appreciate that your client came in and decided to take care of matters. At the end of the day, there has to be some consequences, right? So I understand she did 5 days, but she clearly isn't a candidate for probation because she can't even appear in court, so I don't even know that she's going to comply with any probation conditions. And
I will reply, I'm trying.
yeah, I understand that, but ma'am, you have a current felony warrant out for your arrest out of Allen Park.
I didn't know nothing about it. See, what happened is out of Allen Park with Lincoln Park, the detective, he dropped, the reason why I got picked up is the lady, she actually got arrested. She was sending me in, she's an older lady, to the Meyer to get gift cards for her with her credit card. And she couldn't read, she had COPD. And the detective, I can't remember his name, but he dropped the case. He says, no, I'm not gonna charge you. And her husband went to Allen Park and did the same thing, because she had me going to 2 different Myers, one in Allen Park and one in Lincoln Park, 2 different Myers. So I didn't even know nothing about this Lincoln Park, Allen Park one, but she actually, Patricia Morelli, was arrested. And I don't know exactly what happened with her. And I do have a blood transfusion at 2 o'clock today. I'm not well, and I have a cyst on my spleen. I have all the documentation here, and I promise to deal with everything, Gary. I'm trying to clean up my life, and I haven't done anything.
I can understand that, ma'am.
And I'm just really ill, and like standing here right now, I have to get blood. I can show you my appointment at 2 o'clock. Supposed to get 2 pints.
I'm going to order 60 days jail. We're going to do a jail review, so we're going to suspend the jail. And then I'm going to have you do your testing, going to do testing. I also am having a condition of you not going to jail for you to clear up your warrants.
Yeah.
Because 14 warrants is absolutely unacceptable. There's absolutely no reason for that. And
I was going through a lot, like during the portions back then, and I admit that things were wrong back then, but.
Yeah,
that's
she's
why-
gonna write here today, your mother's been driving.
My mom, I don't drive, my mother or my fiance drives me around. I have a 10-year-old daughter that just got diagnosed with the same thing that I have, and pretty devastated about it. Not gonna see endocrinologist with around 2 weeks.
And so how are you supporting yourself and your daughter?
Right now, my fiance is supporting me until I can go back to work, but I cannot, due to the nature of my job, I cannot lift over 10 pounds, and I work behind the counter at your farm market. So it's a lot of lifting.
Well, and maybe maybe a different job that you end up obtaining so that you don't have to do lifting. I don't know.
My doctor won't, I asked her to release me even to do, because we're short cash register ladies. They won't let me stand due to my blood. They said until they get my blood up. Because right now, even though I'm standing here, I'm like that.
I understand. Okay.
They'll release me after the 26th.
Okay. I'm going to indicate the following fines and costs, which obviously you're going to need time to pay, so I'm not indicating they're going to be paid today. $300 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, cost of prosecution $200, crime victim assessment fee of $75, justice system assessment fee of $50, total of $725. The one bond you posted in 2018 had been forfeited. And you did you post a subsequent bond? Oh, your mom, who's Ruby Miller?
My mom,
Okay. Did she post another bond?
yes,
Is she willing to apply that bond to your fines and costs or no?
she's outside.
Okay, then she'll have to come in, and what was the cost of that bond? Okay, so this is something that was posted recently, this year, or is this the one from 2017 that your mom, or 2018 your mom posted?
2018, I haven't been arrested.
No, okay, so then there is, that bond is forfeited. Okay, so I will indicate, do you think that you can start making payments of $50 a month in December 1st?
Yes.
Okay. $50 per month.
Actually, I have to pay off my Lincoln Park one that week, so 2 weeks after that, could I do it the second week in December?
The 15th, I'll say the 12th, that's when your jail review will be, so we'll see, we'll do the 12th, okay? All right, now, please stop over probation, and one of the conditions is to clear up your warrants.
And we will start making progress on that. We demonstrate progress. I don't think we'll be able to get them all.
Well, I understand, but there needs to be some very, very diligent efforts to clear up those warrants.
What time on the 12th, you're on?
9 a.m. Does that work for your calendar, Councilwoman?
At the moment it does.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
all right, thank you.
Will you hand me my screen box?
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.